Hey guys, welcome back to the Bolts and Dolts podcast. That was the name we agreed on, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Bolts and Dolts. All right. So this week is a little bit different. We got a few big news stories we're going to be talking about, and we actually had our first special guest this week. So, Ashley, how about you introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Vaughn. Check out my YouTube channel. I'm currently building an FC RX-7, and I have a 2004 Duramax build going. So come check out the channel.
Yeah.
All right, Storm, you're up.
All right, I'm Storm Garage. Some of you guys kind of know me already from the first podcast. We're just gonna keep this going monthly here. I'm building a 91 Mazda Miata currently, just a track/street build, no engine modifications, just suspension stuff, and doing a bunch of other things like unboxings, podcasts like this, auto vlogging, and Rice or Nice videos, different things like that.
And of course, I'm Julian.Ssepulveda. A lot of you guys already know me. I have the YouTube channel Spoilers, where I make various car content from weird car stories to even my own build for my 1970 Buick Skylark, which, if you guys are interested, I'm getting ready to build a 454 twin turbo big block. So stick around for that at some point. I'm so excited. It's going to sound so good.
It's going to be awesome.
Oh, man. If I'm not spitting fire by the end of this build, I didn't do it right. Did I also mention I've never built a motor in my life before, just done, like, top-end stuff?
There you go.
That's going to be a very fun thing to figure out for the first time. All right. So, Storm Garage, you mentioned there was something pretty big with Garrett Turbo going on right now. Why don't you fill us in on that?
Yes. So, Garrett Turbo currently is filing for Class 13 or Class 11 bankruptcy. So they went ahead and Honeywell used to be Garrett Turbo. They were kind of together as one. And Honeywell I think they left or went out of business 2 years ago, or merged into Garrett Turbos. Like Garrett took them over, and a part of that was Garrett took on all the debt that Honeywell had. And Honeywell had a class action lawsuit against them for asbestos exposure. And so Garrett took on the responsibility of paying all those victims out, and they took on all the debt that was with that. So Garrett was doing, pretty good. Garrett's a big name turbo brand, one of the biggest, makes the best ball bearing turbos. And they just had so much debt on their plate. And with COVID and everything that was going on, they just weren't able to sell enough turbos and sell enough vehicles that had turbos. So they wanted to go ahead and have a different company buy them out to kind of take the debt away so that they could focus on improving the company more. So they filed for bankruptcy, and then the company KPS Capital Partners is buying them already for $2.1 billion. And the announcement of their bankruptcy was just yesterday. And somebody's already buying them. So obviously somebody's ready to do something good here, and hopefully we'll keep having Garrett Turbos, and you can put Garrett Turbos on your... No, we can't lose Garrett.
Yeah, I know. I've heard of their name, and I just work with old muscle car engines, and Garrett Turbos become like a family name, at least among car enthusiasts. So I couldn't imagine that they would be going under like that.
Yeah, it would be a pretty crazy thing, because then we'd be left with is our little Chinese turbos from eBay to try and eBay turbos.
I'm definitely not going that route.
But yeah, I mean, Garrett is like a huge name. The fact that the first vehicle, a 1968 Eagle, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it was the first turbocharged vehicle to actually win the Indy 500 ever. So, and that was a Garrett Turbo that was on that vehicle to help win it. They put Garrett Turbo's factory in the Chevy Sonic in, I'm not sure what years, but Volkswagen Golfs, they have Garrett Turbos in factory, and I believe the newer Ford F-350s also have Garrett Turbos on them.
No way.
Do you know of any other from the factory cars that have turbos on them, Ashley?
I don't offhand. I mean, I put Garrett's on pretty much everything. I'm not putting one on my Subaru, but yeah.
That's the first time I've heard a Subaru owner say that.
But my RX-7 is getting a Garrett, and my truck's getting a Garrett, so.
Not for long.
Yeah, right?
Chinese turbos. We're gonna get it for sure.
Till you go to try and build 20 pounds of boost and it blows up into a million.
Oh gosh,
pieces.
no! I'm forcing like 8 through that max. I don't trust those things.
Yeah, you got a big block engine. You can't take boost. The Eclipse I had was sitting at 27 pounds of boost, but that was on a little turbo like that. So.
Oh really?
It still spooled really fast and that was fun, but obviously a lot of pressure on a little turbo is much different than 8 psi on a giant turbo. So.
Right. Yeah. Plus you got to deal with a lot of extra back pressure and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, what was I gonna say? I completely blanked out. Somebody take over while I try to remember what I was gonna say.
I think that's pretty much it for Garrett. So it sounds like Garrett still is on the line for surviving here. Not that they're completely falling under, but it's just a big thing for Garrett to have to file for bankruptcy with as big as they are, and especially with all the turbos that like they keep coming out with better and better and bigger ball bearing turbos. I know at SEMA, I think they released their biggest, or one of their biggest ball bearing turbos. They had it sitting on a stand and it was like this, and people were putting their heads next to it and everything. I know they make the turbos for some like those Caterpillar dump trucks that go down in the mines and pick up all the rocks and everything like that and go up and out.
Those are cool.
Garrett makes the turbos for those.
That's wicked cool.
Yeah, so like there's no way, like they're too industrialized. Besides, I mean for the big engines like the Cummins and stuff like that, I believe Holset's a completely different company, right? They make Holset turbos for all those other ones.
Yeah, I believe that's a totally separate company.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think Holset and Garrett were anything to do with each other.
Yeah, no. Turbo engines, it's crazy because at least for, well, like I said earlier, Garrett's a household name, and it really shows you the effects that COVID is starting to have on our economy, that such a big brand like this would file for bankruptcy, because like I said before, everyone knows Garrett. Nice hair, man. Everyone knows Garrett. It's man, I cannot talk today to save my life. But yeah, obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about with turbos too much. What have you guys done with turbos? Like, how do you think this will change your builds in the future? That kind of stuff.
I'm hoping the quality just stays up to par, to be honest with you. They're one of the best turbos you can buy on the market, and I would just hate to see quality go down, and we're going to have to just, settle for eBay turbos, and I'm going to, I don't know. I hope that they're going to just stay how they are,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. But the good thing is that during bankruptcies, it does show you that for at least for a short period of time, usually the products tend to be a tiny bit cheaper than usual. You know what I mean? They're having
That's
more
true.
sales, more of that kind of stuff. So if any of you guys are thinking about getting a Garrett, now might be the time while they're getting bought out, because you probably have like a period of like what, a week, 2 weeks before things go back to normal price wise.
They're trying to keep, well, everything's going on right now. They're hoping to keep production going fluid. Apparently the whole deal is getting settled out in 2021. It's not even getting dealt with this year. So apparently production is supposed to just keep on going as it is right now, and everything's getting all done and finalized in 2021. I think that's what the article said that I was reading.
Okay,
yeah, I believe I
good.
read the same thing.
I didn't read the article. Yeah, no,
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, no, perfect. You guys need to be taking over, because obviously nobody wants to hear a guy who has no idea what he's talking about. The closest thing I've got to turbo was my plan for my 454 exhaust.
Does your you drew it out on the whiteboard? Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good drawing.
Yeah, no, I'm not 100% sure if it makes sense. I think it does.
I know it makes sense.
Looks like a robot.
Yeah, it does. I was looking at it, I was like, yo, this thing kind of looks like Optimus Prime.
It does.
It's got the red and blue color scheme. Oh shoot, I accidentally started erasing it. I hate whiteboards.
Oh.
But yeah, no. My only problem is with every single turbo thing that I see, usually they have the turbos like facing forward, but the manifold that I found online for the 454, the only way to hook up to the T4 turbo is have them facing sideways. So you guys have built turbo stuff for it. Tell me, does it need to face forward, or can it face sideways as long as it gets there?
It can be sideways.
It can be sideways.
Okay, good, perfect.
Yeah, because
I've been wondering about that for a while, but I don't have enough friends that work with turbos.
Most latitudinal engines that are on there, the the turbos are sideways, like Evos, Eclipses, stuff like that. Like the turbos are sideways with the air filter this way, coming in right there.
You just got to make sure you clock your turbo so that the oil isn't getting bunched up in there, right?
And I mean, where you have the turbos set up like that, as long as the oil return is on the bottom of it, if it's gravity return and returning down, it should be fine. And you'd be able to add pipes to extend the filters and turn them out forwards and do everything like that. So wherever they're sitting, as long as they're not bashing into your
yeah, no, I have a lot of room under my hood. The only thing that I really got to do is I gotta move my battery to the trunk if I want to fit this in there. Because exactly, which is good though, because the battery is stuck in one spot.
Be a BMW.
Yeah, no,
or a
sure.
Miata.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I saw some car. I forgot what car it was. It had like a battery in the trunk, and I saw somebody jump it for the first. This is before I knew a lot about cars, and somebody was jumping it by sticking the cables in the back. And I was like, "What the heck is going on in there?" I was so confused the first time I said that. So, another question, Ashley. Since you're the one that has the most experience with turbo engines, I know this kind of turned into me asking questions about my build. I'm sorry, but so I'm thinking of like taking out the high beams and like putting the high beams with the regular lights in one, and then having like a ram air intake with the two inside lights. So ram air intakes matter with turbos or no?
I don't think so. I think you should be fine just putting a ram intake with a turbo.
Oh, okay.
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that.
Mostly I want to do it because it looks cool.
Yeah, that would actually look really cool. Just put the two intakes behind the... I've seen people do that on cars.
Yeah, I'm such a huge fan because there's this one El Camino. I'll edit it in. Don't worry, guys. You guys are going to see it. I'll edit it in. But there's this one El Camino that's just super cool. It's got the twin ram intakes and it just goes into the single plenum in the center. And it's like, oh, I want it so bad. So I'm going to be doing that for my Buick 110%.
Heck yeah, there you go. That should work out.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Now, our second topic. Do you wanna go on to the second topic and start talking about it?
Yeah, sure. All right. So, as many of you guys in the car community know, Nissan has. It's not an official model, right? It's like a.
It's pretty much it's a prototype.
Semi-prototype, but it's definitely in production at the same time. It's kind of the weird stage between concept and official release. And yeah, Nissan is coming out with a 400Z, the direct successor to the 350Z and the 370Z. And it's got a little bit of mixed reviews going about. So, what about you guys? What do you guys think about the 400Z concept?
I don't know. I've been seeing on Facebook, it's getting a lot of hate from people, but I mean, they're coming out with a manual, so I can't totally bash it because manuals are just becoming rare. There's a lot of manufacturers that aren't offering manuals anymore. It's sad. Like it's kind of becoming a dying breed, you know?
Yeah, I know for sure. I want to say, doesn't the new C6 Corvette? It doesn't have a manual at all, right? Yeah, it's just the regular automatic, the paddle shifters.
Yeah.
Did the new Supra have an auto or a manual, or did it have a manual option?
Auto only.
I think they're all only.
Auto
only.
Auto only. So that's why this 400Z is such a big deal, because people are like complaining about the people who are complaining, because you got people saying, oh, it's so ugly, when in reality it's supposed to pay homage to the original 240Z. It's supposed to be styled just like the 240Z way back, and it has the badging in the same spot, everything set up just like the 240Z, and it's coming with a 6-speed manual, you know, twin turbo V6 putting out 400 horsepower. It's a cool. It's set up super good, and Nissan gave us they prioritized and only made the manual transmission first. They're working on the automatic still in case if you want it, but it's gonna mainly come with the manual transmission in it, and it's gonna be a direct competitor. It'll be able to beat out the Supra. You know, if it's got the 400 horsepower, that's more power than the Supra's making for $45,000 for the base model, and people are talking about the Nismo model potentially making even more than 400 horse. They're talking somewhere in the 480 horsepower range for the Nismo edition, which is just awesome. 45 grand's way out of my budget. Will be out of my budget forever and always. But for the price range of like what it is with the Supra, when the Supras first came out, I mean, I think they're like 60,000 now, but when they first came out, they were like, 70, 80,000 at the lots because of the markups from dealerships. And this is just a way better option. And people really hate the front grille of the, you know, of the new 400Z. That's what everybody's complaining about. So if you just go ahead and put a little pinstripe or striping in there or something, just change it up. There's going to be tons of body kits, you know, wide bodies, everything for these cars when they come out. So, you know, I don't think it's something to complain about. I think the drivetrain and everything is super awesome coming from the super reliable Infiniti Q60. You know, it's a great setup to put into something that's supposed to pay tribute to the old 240Z. I think it's awesome. I love it.
I mean, hey, they hated on the new body style Miata when it first came out, but now people are putting wide body kits on them. They look really good. I mean, I'm a Mazda person at heart, so...
That's very true. I like Miatas. I don't like all Mazdas. I'm definitely
I don't like all Mazdas, but I did work for them for 5 years, so.
Oh, okay, nice.
Oh, no way, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You're way ahead of the curve in terms of car knowledge than me. I only just started picking up a carburetor like a year ago. But going back to what you guys said about the body, I gotta disagree. I honestly am not a fan of the body at all. Now, you said the people that hate the body, they don't realize that it's paying homage to the original 240Z. But I'm kind of asking myself.
It doesn't really look like a 240Z, though.
Yeah, no, exactly. It doesn't look like a 240Z. In my personal opinion, it looks like they were stuck in limbo between the original 240Z body and the regular 350, 370Z body, and it feels like it doesn't mesh very well to me because since now the 350Z and 370Z are known to be more round bodies, and the 240Z is more jagged, it has a weird mixture to it, especially around the front lights. Hang on, let me pull up a picture real quick. But obviously I'm also not biased. I love the Nissan 350Z. I'm more of a muscle guy though, so obviously I don't have the same. I don't want to call it rose-tinted goggles because that'll be disrespectful, but I don't have the same.
No, none taken. I don't think it looks great. I see both sides, you know? I don't know. I don't know if I'd buy one, to be honest with you. I'm not like in love with it, but I know it's getting a lot of hate, but at the same time, I mean, it does bring a lot to the table for manual drivers.
Right, yeah, that is one thing that I really like about it, the fact that it's coming with a manual transmission. Now, obviously, to me, a manual transmission doesn't matter as much because I'm an automatic guy because mainly I focus on drag racing. And in drag racing, hang on, hear me out. In drag racing, nothing beats an automatic when it comes to quarter mile times.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, it probably makes more sense to have manual for the track, but automatic shifting is just fast, especially with a purpose-built transmission for that. I will give manual transmissions the fact that they have a lot less parasitic loss when it comes to the drivetrain.
Listen, if I wasn't driving a standard every day, I'd probably fall asleep in traffic. So
yep, same. I mean, I almost
over here, okay?
My car physically will not let me fall asleep, though. To be perfectly honest, my car. Oh man, there's so many tunnels around where I live. I'm literally flooring it every 10 seconds. Yeah, no. Probably the main thing that I do like the ability to control automatic shift points, which is why I'm keeping my automatic transmission, I'm going to be getting myself one of those manual gear selectors because they make a lot for the TH400 and TH300. But I want to be able to just throw it in automatic for no reason, and then when I really want to get down and actually control when my car's going to shift, I can drop into that mode. Yeah. I probably just lost like 200 subscribers from saying that whole spiel right there.
It's all right. We'll get them back.
Oh, fingers crossed.
It's
cross my fingers at first.
Automatics are definitely better for drag racing. Manual is just more fun to drive. You feel more connected to the car. It's really good for, for actual track racing. Like you said, very little to no parasitic loss between it. And I just don't like the idea of dealing with torque converters. The only thing I'll give to automatic that I liked over automatic versus manual is brake stand burnouts. You can take anything and do nice brake stand burnouts really easily and make your car look cool by doing burnouts. Whereas a manual, if you have no power and you rev it up and dump the clutch, either you'll just kind of squeak it and you might do a little bit of a squeal and burnout, or you'll blow your clutch, or you'll destroy your clutch, or you'll blow up your rear end. One of them.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, no, that was my problem. The only thing is, a very important part of this because my engine makes decent power. It's not much at all right now. It's probably 250 max.
What's your quarter mile time? What's your quarter mile?
Oh. Hang on. Here we go. It's bad. It's really bad. But I also have a thing. Okay, my quarter mile time is 16.9 seconds. All right, there it is. Rip the bandage off.
Oh man.
Hang on. The reason why is because I figured out that the Buick Skylark Customs of that year, the rear end gear is so bad. It's like, I'm not even joking, it's like 2.73.
Ooh. Which
is really bad, especially with a motor that barely makes over 250 horsepower. Plus, it's automatic, so it has a ton of parasitic loss through it. So,
excuses. Excuses. Oh, what?
That's exactly what I just agreed with you about the manuals.
I'm just messing with you.
I know. Oh, man.
What does your RX-7 make, Ashley?
Oh, yeah. Let's hear about that.
Right now, nothing, because it's just a shell.
I feel that. Everyone's been in that boat.
But my WRX is making almost 350 the wheels. So.
Oh, no
that's
way.
My daily. Yeah, that's my daily.
So how fast?
Manual or you said manual, right?
Yeah, manual. 6-speed.
Sweet.
Automatic Subaru. You might as well just throw it in the junkyard. Oh, yucky.
God, it's not a Forester.
Oh, man.
Or a Lesbo wagon.
Oh gosh, I forgot about those. My sister got herself a Subaru Impreza, and obviously she's not a big car enthusiast. She got an automatic, but her favorite part of getting it was realizing how many stereotypes there are about Subaru owners.
It's like, pretty crazy.
Vaping, head gaskets,
Lesbaru, constantly always have a Jewel nearby. That's for drivers.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, it's a lot for one car. I remember there was a inside joke among Subaru owners that I came across on like some Reddit message board, and somebody was talking about the head gasket delete.
Oh yeah, I did that to my car. Along with blinker fluid, you gotta always.
Oh yeah, right along with blinker fluid. Oh my gosh, yeah.
What do you have in your Subaru, an EJ25 or?
No, it's an FA20.
FA20, okay. Is that that's still? Oh yeah, 350. It's turbo.
It's a 15, so it's a 2.0.
It's a 2.0. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that forged?
It's the newer redesigned 2.0. Yeah, that came in like the 15 and up.
Okay. And what year are you putting it in, or what year did you put it in?
No, it's a 15.
Oh, it is.
I've just done like basic bolt-ons to it, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was talking to Matt Miner the other day. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a big tuner around the East Coast, and he had a EJ on his dyno the other day that was trying to push 800, which was pretty cool. Yeah.
Jeez.
An EJ.
Stock bottom end? Was it stock bottom end or built up?
I believe it was a stock bottom end, but I would have
no way.
with him.
A Subaru with a stock bottom end hitting 800 horsepower. Did it come off the dyno?
No, it did not. Not to my knowledge.
it's still on the dyno as we speak.
It didn't catch on fire or a head gasket yet. So.
That's the weak part for Subarus. You just got to get it and immediately throw some head gaskets, throw some turbos, and you're good. Some of those performance
gotta double up on the head gaskets. You know.
Seriously.
Put them in there.
I heard the transmission or the 5 speeds in the older WRXs are like glass cannons. Like they just explode as soon as you add too much power to them.
Yeah, they can be. The synchros usually tend to go too. I've seen that a lot, but.
Okay.
You know, see, that's what hang on. Here's my holier than thou American muscle coming out. See,
okay. I'm an American muscle gal too, so.
Sweet, perfect. All right. Another thing that I was really impressed to learn about my hang on, let me look up this YouTuber's name because I started following him like a year ago, and I'm basically basing my cheat build off of his. So Turbo 454. All right, so Richard Holdener. Do you guys know that name?
I do not.
Yeah, no, he's basically a big dyno guy on YouTube. Really good videos. And what he did is he got a 454 out of a junkyard. You know, granted, his was a Gen 6, mine was a Gen 4, but mostly everything was the same. He pulled one out of a junkyard and complete stock bottom end. All he did was change the ring gap, He put some dart heads on it. He put a better, I forgot what intake manifold he put on it. And he put a Holly carb, I'm pretty sure. And he got 2 eBay turbos. The ones are the GT45 clones that are like $163 each. That are surprisingly really robust from what I've heard.
Hey, I've seen him hold up pretty well, so.
Yeah, no. But he set up a twin turbo, and on the stock bottom end, he made 1,000 horsepower.
That's awesome.
I know. Granted,
I mean, not a lot of cars can do that.
Yeah, no. They really made, like, they were cast iron, yeah. But cast iron in the old days was like, they really put a lot of oomph into them. And granted, I would never want to stand next to a stock bottom N454 making that kind of horsepower, ever. Because it's, yeah, no, a piston's going to dome me in the side of the head. But, oh man. But it actually inspired me because if I get those turbos, I feel like I could probably push like 600, 650 horsepower to the wheels without worrying about it. Because the fact that it ran all the way to 1,000 without a sweat, anything, no engine braking, no none of that, then there's something seriously crazy about those eBay turbos. Some of them are really, really good. I think it was DNA that made them. I don't know, some Chinese.
Just make sure to watch the shaft play. That's all you got to do. The one I bought, one worked amazing that me and my friend put on his Miata, but another one straight from the factory had shaft play. So you got to be careful. Some of them I've heard of, some of them lasting 50,000 miles. I've heard of some of them lasting 5 miles. You know, it's getting better and better. You know, as they're able to develop better and better parts for, you know, cheaper and cheaper. But
right, yeah, no, for sure. That's why normally now I know for turbocharged it's probably better to run an intercooler, but you can get away without running an intercooler. That's why, because they're cheap turbos, I think I'm gonna run an intercooler mostly so if it were to explode, it'd go directly in the intercooler and not directly down my carburetor. You know, just for a little extra safety, because it seems like it'd be worth it in the long run.
So I don't know if you guys know a lot about rotaries, but I'm building a 3-rotor, and I'm gonna have trouble capping it at 650 to the wheels at first, so I can get used to the car. It can make up to probably around 2,000 horsepower, but reliability obviously goes out the window.
Yeah, no. Every horsepower takes away
Rob Dom female edition. Woo.
Yeah, right? Rob Dom.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
RX-7. That thing's pretty cool.
He has no idea what the Rob Dom RX-7 build is. He doesn't know the... Oh, so Rob Dom is this YouTuber who built an amazing... He had a 3-rotor in his RX-7 at first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now he's got a 4-rotor in it, right?
Is that a different build or is it the same build?
Same car. I thought he blew the
same car.
I thought he blew the 3-rotor up, but I don't remember. But
I haven't. I follow him, but I haven't followed the whole storyline. I've missed bits and pieces of it. So.
And he made it all-wheel drive, right? I think.
Yeah.
So the 3-rotor rotary and all-wheel drive in an FD RX-7. It was insane. It looked so awesome. It was insane. It was.
I'm pretty sure he used like a BMW drivetrain to do that.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what he used too. I watched bits and parts of the build as well. It was on in the background, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
It was insane. It was just crazy.
You know, I don't know a ton about the 3-rotors, but I have the only 3. I'm not sure if it's 3-rotor or 4-rotor. Mazda back in the 90s, they made a Le Mans car. I think it was powered by a 3-rotor. You guys know what I'm talking about?
It's a 3-rotor. So the 3-rotors came only from the factory. They came in a car called the Cosmo Enos. It was a luxury car from Japan. So I had to order one of like 10 motors that were supposedly left of 3-rotors. They're really hard to find now.
Right.
So I just got one of the last 7 that my buddy knows about. So yeah.
Wow. How much does a 3-rotor like that go for, especially with there being that little
a lot.
More than you're willing to talk about.
Yeah, it's kind of painful to talk about.
Above or under 10 grand?
Below 10 grand.
Okay.
But that's just the motor. That's not like building it, importing it, and
so it's gonna be way over 10 grand by the time you're done.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, with all the fabrication work I have to do, probably, yeah. Because I'm,
your 20 grand motor.
a not stock motor into FCRX7. It would be easier if I was putting it into an FD, but I just said, screw it. I like the FC body style. I've had the car since I was 17, and this is what I wanted to do to it. So I just said, sending it.
Just
yeah, no.
it.
You're gonna send that car to space.
Yep.
You hit the hill. You just barely go up a hill slightly too fast. You're just taking off like Team Rocket in Pokemon.
Hell yeah, I'll wheelie it right up the hill.
Have you have you done autocross at all with your car yet before you went ahead?
No, I am dying to. My only concern is that it's my daily. So once I kind of have my truck together, that'll kind of turn into my daily. I'll be rallying and doing autocross with the WRX.
Okay.
But the RX-7 is going to be strictly kind of drift car. That's more what I'm going for.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
And
RX-7's been great drift cars.
Yeah, and I want to have a like a drag car down the road too. I'm thinking something American because I want to bring a little bit of everything into the my YouTube channel. I'm gonna have a
32 coupe.
Yeah, I want to have a like a 325i as a practice drift car, so I'm not beating on the RX-7 too much. That'll kind of be more my show car. Yeah.
Hang on, I'll be right back. I drink a ton of water before, and man.
I'm gonna go grab my phone charger, so I'll be right back too. Okay.
Okay.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, what were you guys talking about? Catch me up.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, I left too, so I don't know what were you
Okay, we took a little.
over there.
I talked about absolutely nothing.
You just stared into the screen. Just like
you're just just sit and look pretty.
just looking directly. Oh man, but yeah, no, I wish I was kind of in like Ashley's situation because I have like a lot of projects that I want to do for my car, but I'm at the stage, broke college student stage, don't have much of a feasible way to achieve those dreams. So I'm doing odd end little commercial jobs for people, that kind of thing. But
hey, it hasn't been an easy road. I just take it as I go. I've dabbled around a lot. I was a broke college student at one point. I actually dropped out of college, and I was working in automotive for a while. I'm now an assistant super at a construction site.
Oh shoot.
And now I'm going back into automotive, I think. So I think got a job at Mercedes-Benz today. So
no way, seriously.
Yeah, I worked at a Lexus dealership for a while, and just trying to make more money, just work my way up.
Yeah, no, I completely get it. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to reach the same kind of. I'm not sure if I'd want to work in cars in general because I just like film and that kind of stuff. So commercials is what I want to stick with. But yeah, no, that's crazy. I didn't know that you just got a job at Mercedes-Benz today. That's congratulations.
I went to apply. The guy interviewed me on the spot, and I'm going for a drug test and my background check tomorrow. So I'm pretty sure I'm hired.
No poppy seed muffin. No poppy seeds.
Right? Don't eat poppy seeds.
Yeah, no, for sure.
As an auto technician or?
No, I work in parts.
Parts?
So,
okay, awesome.
Yeah, and then I do, all sorts of crazy automotive stuff on the side. We have projects going for a bunch of customers and stuff like that. I want to open up a custom shop down the road, but that's not in the cards quite yet.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, for sure.
Let's all make it on YouTube and get some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll all throw together our own little shop. Let's do it.
We'll open up a shop together. There we go.
Sounds perfect. Great idea. I
We're
got
all
a paint booth we can use.
We'll buy all the Garrett turbos.
All Garrett turbos, and we'll single-handedly be the supplier for the whole country.
Yes.
We're literally as far apart from each other as can be. You know,
Yeah,
left
no,
side,
we're like, I'm on the
middle,
West
and
Coast.
right.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle.
Like, you're dead center, aren't you, Storm Garage?
Yeah, I'm dead center between you guys.
Like, wait, which state is that? Which state?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Oh wow, you really are in the middle of nowhere.
I
No
love-
offense. No
I
offense.
love this
middle
place.
of nowhere. I'll take that
Yeah,
over
no.
the city.
Oh no, 100%. Like you ask anyone in my family, I've always wanted to live out in the country, but someone that wants to work in commercials and stuff, that's not really an option right now. So
Nobody
Yeah.
wants to live in Wisconsin. No.
No.
I'll come. You guys got great cheese. I'll move over there in an instant.
Yeah, you want to deal with all the snow every year? No, thank you.
Actually, never mind. I care
Hell
about my
yeah,
paint
I'll
job
take
too
the
much.
snow. I'll bring my snowmobile. I'll bring my snowboards. Let's go.
Yeah, we got
No,
all
I'm a
sorts
California
of snow.
boy. I'm gonna stick with the sun. Thank you very much. Oh, luckily my car's older than 1975, so I don't got to worry about the annoying laws around cars here. So
Oh, that's good.
that's a good. Yeah, no, it gets really which is great because I'm only interested in classic cars anyway.
Oh, that's
So,
true.
and
'cause
also-
there's a lot of restrictions on
So
a
many
lot-
restrictions.
Yeah.
So anything pre-75 is good, which means, and also the thing is Hagerty Insurance. You guys know Hagerty?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, no, they give us like an insane price for our insurance. It's great. Like, I think, man, how much do I pay a year for my Buick? Because technically, since I'm still considered a dependent, technically it's in my parents' name, even though we bought the car. So because of that, and since I'm not 25 yet, obviously my rates would be higher if it was just mine. We only pay like $100 a year on the Buick. It's ridiculous.
That's not
insane.
bad.
That's
I pay like $30 for my bike.
I pay.
But yeah, no, it's insane. As long as I'm not driving it every day, which I'm not, because I'm not going to take my car to San Jose. Gosh, the door
Yeah,
dings would hurt.
daily drive it, baby.
I used to daily drive my Buick, my straight piped classic muscle car with a custom paint job.
That's
I
awesome.
risked that car so much. I probably shouldn't have done that. Gosh, man,
You
a
gotta
year
drive.
ago.
You gotta drive it. You gotta drive what you love. If you built it, build it to drive it. Don't let it sit. Just
Yeah,
have fun
no,
with it.
that's what I treat it
You
as a
have to
weekend.
enjoy it. You can't just let it sit in a garage, and it's not good for the
Oh,
car
yeah.
either.
No.
Yeah, no, I make sure
Hashtag
whenever I go
boomers.
home, even if I'm not driving it, I start it up to make sure I get like all like the juices flowing, all that kind of stuff. Because, especially with those old cars, you guys have maybe not worked on, but at least used a carbureted car before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You guys
I work
know
on
what
road bikes, so.
Yeah, there you go. Those are such a pain in the butt to start up, especially during the winter.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. When I
Try
got
doing-
an electric choke, that changed everything.
Try during the actual winter when it's like -20 and you have a buddy who wants to start his CUDA in his 1960 CUDA in the garage, or 64 or whatever it was, CUDA in the storage unit. That thing was just wah 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 wah, pumping
You
pumping the
get used
gas.
to that sound real quick.
We had to put a battery charger on it while cranking it to get it to fire over. It was nuts.
When I first got my car, I flooded the engine like multiple times because I was still trying to get used to it. And then it's annoying because when you flood the engine with those old cars, you just got to open the hood and just let it sit for like an hour. Then you
Yeah.
try it again. And when I was a kid, I flooded it again. And oh my god, one day it took me like 3 hours to start up my car. Because instead of okay,
fuel injection.
I might go that way. I might go with one of those Holly Sniper ones in the future. Because actually, we talked about this last podcast, didn't we? Like they were actually like really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I might go with the Holly Sniper if I can in the future. Those are great.
And now we have
I need
direct injection,
Direct injection.
Direct injection. What the
which
heck is
creates
that?
carbon. You don't know what direct injection is?
No, dude, my engine's 50 years old.
Yeah, well, you get carbon buildup with direct injection, so it's good, but
Mhm.
it's kind of bad at the same time.
Direct injection is
used to
just
carbon
the
buildup,
same
it's
as
fine.
like electronic fuel injection. Is that or?
Yeah, it's still electronic. It's just directly injected into the cylinder, so it's it creates a lot of carbon buildup on the cylinder heads.
Mhm.
So in the valves, so like before I built my motor, I had everything walnut blasted just to make sure everything was clean. I do, because my Subaru motor is directly injected, so
Right.
it I do like fuel cleaner and that kind of stuff all the time just to try and keep everything clean. But
Yeah, no. Carbon buildup is such a pain in the butt, especially with my car. I remember I put seafoam in my car for the first time in years, and I was impressed with how I didn't think it actually worked, but there was a lot of, I actually know there was so much carbon built up in my motor.
you'll see it like coming out the tailpipe.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I made a video on it a while back, and oh my, I actually felt a difference when I was driving. Like after like a couple weeks after I put it in, I was like, my car was literally suffocating. Gosh, especially those old engines. Like I think like you're talking about carbon buildup. Direct injection probably is like bad for modern day, but I think for old cars, carbon buildup's just a part of life. If I took the heads off my motor right now, I'm pretty sure my pistons would be black.
Yeah, I mean it's bound to happen.
Yeah, no, for sure. Which is why I'm not even gonna try to upgrade this. I'm just gonna build a bigger block. Because yeah, I can make horsepower on a 350. I can make more on a 454 with the same parts and the same price.
454 is cooler anyways than the 350. Everybody's done a 350.
Oh yeah, no. You don't know how many times I've gone to car shows and they say, "What kind of motor's in that thing?" I say 350, and their face fall. They go, "Oh," and then they walk the other way.
That's
it really hurts too. Yeah, luckily it does. It does. It really does. It's always the old guys too. The young guys always love my car. Mostly because they're all civic. Oh gosh, I sound like an old guy now. But
Boomer.
Yeah, no, I'm the youngest one here. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm only 20. So.
Oh no way.
Yeah. I'm 22.
You're like what, 40, Storm?
Yeah, I'm 40. Yeah,
I'm
right here.
40. Are you kidding me?
I'm 22 or 23. How old are you, Ashley?
I know it's rude to ask, but how old are you,
I'm not
Ashley?
saying my age now. no way.
Oh.
Yeah,
no. I'm 27.
27? Okay.
Yeah,
oh man, that's like elderly.
That's
like I'm gonna go get my cane. Let's go my dentures really quick.
Oh, hang on, you left your oxygen in the other room. Hang on.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go get my oxygen mask.
But oh my gosh, my the only reason is if you got Storm, have you ever seen my beard shaving video that I did to celebrate 1,000 subscribers?
I did watch that. That was awesome.
When I have my beard on versus when my beard is gone, I look like a very different person. Like I drop off like 10 years. Because people say that I look around like you look like a baby. I'm 100% sure.
I look like a baby without a beard, for sure.
I get that I look like I'm 17 all the time, and I'm like, wow, you're way off.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. You do
a decade older than that. Yeah, no, you look around 23 to me.
Well, that's good.
Around that age. That's average age.
I'll take that.
Storm Garage is still 40.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop roasting you. I'm gonna stop roasting you. But yeah, no, my beard, like, that's the only reason why I look older than I actually am. My friends, back when they couldn't drink, they always would try to get me to go buy liquor for them and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't have a fake ID. I'm not doing this. And I got asked for that so many times, and it got really annoying really fast, especially because I'm not much of a drinker. Oh man, I scraped my whiteboard. I need to redraw the top left turbo.
All right, we're coming up on 45 minutes here.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing that. So we can just talk about whatever now because we hit the main topics. What got you guys in the cars?
I don't know. I don't know. I've kind of always been into cars. Like I was just a weird kid. I like begged my parents for one of those red race car beds. And I was just one of those kind of people. I don't know. My dad had a old air-cooled Porsche 911 when I was a kid. So he would like let me sit on his lap and drive that thing around the parking lot. And I don't know. I had colic when I was a kid too. And the only thing that would colic, it's like a digestional I don't even know what causes it, but
Oh shoot, sorry, I thought that was a car or something.
No, I had colic when I was a baby, and I guess the only thing that would calm me down is driving in the car, and I would just like scream the rest of the time. So my poor parents.
Oh,
Kind of just was like in my blood.
Car stuff, woo.
Yeah. My upbringing was kind of similar, like kind of had like the same beginnings as yours. Like I had the blue car bed and all that kind of stuff. And but my dad actually also had a Porsche 911. Before I upload this, I'm gonna try to see if I can get a picture from him of it. But the thing is, I was a third kid, and there was a family of 5, and they didn't really have any room for a 2-door, 2-seater car. So pretty much once they sold the Porsche, which is a real shame because I heard it sounded really good.
Same here. I was heartbroken. My brother was born. They were like, "Oh, we gotta get rid of this thing."
Yeah, no, I'm really hoping that when I have kids in the future, I don't have to sell my Buick.
I vowed I will not. I vowed I will.
I have seen people with their Chevelles and they just strapped a car seat in the back. I'm like, that is what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
But as far as cars, I liked Hot Wheels, but it was never big for me. When I turned around 7, I got more into Legos with Bionicle. Bionicle was my stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right? Bionicles were sick. But
Legend of Metro Nui.
Yeah, man, I was Boya Nui and Mari Nui. That was when I was really into it. That kind of stuff, the underwater stuff. I still know all the names. My friends make jokes about me geeking out all the time. But I really didn't get into cars again until I was like 16, because I wasn't surrounded by a ton. My dad, he had like a nice car. He had a Mercedes something. I forgot what it was. It was a 4-door. But I really got into it because of A, Hot Wheels, and B, my grandfather and my father. Because my grandfather, he owns a paint shop, and he works on semi-trucks 90% of the time, but he'd occasionally would do like these old classics. And what he did is he actually restored a 1953 Bel Air, and he ended up giving it to me, cherry red, really beautiful. I made a couple of videos about it, and ever since I saw that car, I was pretty much hooked. And then I started, when I was thinking about getting my first car, as a joke, my dad brought a 1970 Skylark that his friend was selling, and as soon as I heard the engine rev up to like 5,000 RPM, I was just completely turned on to that car, and 2 years later I actually bought it for myself. So that's when I got really into it.
Yeah, I had no one to really teach me about cars, so it was kind of difficult to get, from being a kid into cars and then trying to branch out and start working on cars. I bought my RX-7 when I was 17, and then I started fixing it up, and I got offered a job at Mazda, and I got into parts, and they let me hang out in the shop and learn from all the guys, and that's kind of how I learned how to tear motors apart. I started small on dirt bikes, and now I'm building a custom 3-rotor RX-7, so
wow.
Just been
I learned everything from YouTube.
Yeah.
And now my first engine's a 454. I jumped the gun just a little bit, but
that's okay. That's how you push yourself. That's how you push yourself. That's how you learn. If you don't take that leap, you're just gonna sit in your comfort zone. So
hopefully I don't blow it. I don't blow the motor. I'm gonna be having
even if you do, it's a learning experience. So you can just rebuild it. That's the beauty of cars. Like they break, you fix them. It's not the end of the world. I've kind of like let go of being scared of breaking things and having things go wrong.
Except for your dailies. Except for your dailies.
Yeah, don't mess with your dailies. that's one of the things that I've learned.
Then you're screwed. Then your job goes out the window and you're kind of screwed at that point.
That's why I bought my sister's old Jetta. It's a really garbage. I bought it for like $500 off my.
Are you still doing racer stuff to that?
I wanted to. Okay, so the reason why I didn't do it is because all of a sudden I had a 454 opportunity. I'm like, I was gonna turn this car. I actually already have everything ready for it. I'm gonna call it the rice car, right? And basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna every month or so I'm gonna let people elect like which terrible parts I'm gonna put on it, like underglow. I'm just stuck between either I'm gonna be at some point I'm either gonna lower it, or I'm going to put a lift kit on it, and I don't know which way I'm going to want to go in the future.
Everybody lowered. Yeah,
just do both. Why not do both? YOLO.
My front right wheel is going to be lift kit. My rear left wheel is going to be lift kit. The other one's going to be lowered, so I'm going to be weeble wobbling down the highway. Oh man. What about you, Storm?
Did you guys see the girl who built she built like a Tesla truck? recently?
No.
A Tesla truck?
No, I didn't.
So she
Man.
took like a Tesla, cut it in half, and welded on a truck bed onto the back. My brother was showing me to me the other day.
I did see her do that.
Yeah,
Yes,
truckla.
yes.
It's called truckla.
Yes, I did see that.
Oh my gosh, that actually doesn't look horrible.
Yeah,
No,
it's
she made
like
a commercial. She had like
Simone
paint
Garrett,
and
right?
everything. It's pretty cool.
Looks better than the Cybertruck.
Yeah, it does.
It's supposed to be like a Ute, right? That's what it's? Or
It looks like a Ute, actually.
Yeah, it does look like a Ute, but it's pretty cool. She
Man,
like
I can't even imagine having
It's pretty interesting.
I can't even imagine having the budget to chop apart a Tesla without thinking twice about it.
Oh, she definitely thought twice about it. She was like, I have to key the trunk just to break the seal. Like,
Oh man.
That actually, hang on, let me show you guys. Focus. Oh wait, no, my focus is manual, and I can't do it right now. I'll show up an image or something like that.
Yeah, hang on,
But,
I can put an image.
Ooh, yeah, put it down.
Come on, no. All right, I guess it doesn't want to do it for me either. Never mind.
Yeah, no, it doesn't want to do it for you.
Never mind.
Yeah, but Storm, what about you? How did you get into cars exactly? I think I kind of know the basics, but why don't you fill the group in and Ashley?
I think we touched on it a little bit last podcast, but my dad wasn't like a ton into cars. My dad and all of his brothers were always into fixing our really crappy cars that we had as a family because they kept breaking. So everybody knew how to fix everything we had, and they were always working on things together. Video games and Hot Wheels were probably the main contributors, and Fast and the Furious. The first thing I had that probably started getting me into stuff was Hot Wheels, and then when I had a chance to play video games, it would be Need for Speed. All the Need for Speed games.
oh yeah.
And the Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005 was probably the one that really did it in for me, playing that game over and over and over again.
The customization that was insane.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And from there on out, I wasn't super into cars. I was more into I was really into computers and PC building and gaming and stuff like that. And then I got my first vehicle. I got a really well, it wasn't crappy. Sorry, take that back. It was good, but it was a 93 Dodge Dakota, but it was a V6 automatic 2-wheel drive. So like the lowest of the low you could get, but it only had 50,000 miles. It only had 50,000 miles on it, and I just tried modifying it as much as I could and learning what I could on that thing. And I actually just sold it last year. That was the first vehicle I had, and just sold it, got rid of it last year. And then
No way, for real.
from there on out, it just kind of spiraled into the first really crappy car I had was a 95 Mitsubishi Eclipse GS. So slow, so bad. There was no strut. The number one thing with Eclipses you'll learn, the really bad thing with the second gens, is the strut towers disappear from rust. And mine had absolutely nothing left in the strut towers. And the guy who sold it to me was like, "Oh yeah, it's super easy to fix it." And I was like, "Okay, that's cool. I'll buy it from you." And I get it. And my friend looks at me like, "What did you just buy?" And I'm like, "Is it okay?" And he's like, "No, we couldn't figure out anywhere. We couldn't figure out anywhere on the car to jack up the car. There was the front subframe was rotted. The side of the car was rotted. There was nowhere you could jack the car up. It was foam everywhere, just spray foam.
Oh my god!
They put it in everywhere. There was no AC, no power steering. There was no fans. The fans didn't work in the car. There was barely a center console. I don't think I had a radio in it. It was $500. I paid $500 for it, and it was
still too much.
The tires were like 9-inch wide tires, so super wide but bald with the wires showing. I bought it that way, and I drove it. I daily drove it for a whole summer with bald.
You're
wires.
lucky you didn't die. Oh my god.
And the brake only one caliper worked on the car.
Oh my god.
So I could brake lightly because where my drive to work was only 10 minutes. And so I would just drive it 10 minutes to work and back. But one time I had to brake really hard and I jammed it and it locked the one wheel up and it took the whole car and just slid it over into the other lane. And I was like this far from just smashing into some nice lady's Mercedes, and I didn't have the car insured at the time. So my life would have been over right there. I would have had to file for bankruptcy at age 18. It would have been really, really bad. But luckily,
you didn't even at least go to the junkyard and see if there were wheels for you there that you could take? I mean, anything would have been better at that point.
I was really dumb and inexperienced in cars at that point, like super dumb. Like I bought a second gen Eclipse as my first car, rotted out second gen Eclipse.
Yeah.
I was pretty dumb for what I did. After that, I got a '95 Acura Integra, and that was the car that like started really getting me into cars. That car was fun, had two-step, had a two-step launch control, would shoot flames, was really reliable, got me around to everywhere. I actually got new wheels for it right away when I got it with brand new tires that were on it. So I actually had something that got me around and I could drive in the rain and not have to worry about dying or going over a bump. All the brakes worked. It was awesome. It was such a step up.
There's situations dire when one of your highlights is all the brakes worked.
Hey, I've been there. I
And
used
it
to
had a
drive around
horn.
on bald tires with cords showing through them because I was just so flat broke. But
Good old days.
Yeah.
Good old days.
I remember one time I was driving my car, and you know how like in rear wheel drive cars the rear wheels tend to blow out if you hit something slightly wrong on the freeway?
Yeah.
Well, for some reason on my Buick, my front right tire blew out for no reason. I was one of those people that was very meticulous about my air pressure. I was constantly checking, and one day while I was driving, it just popped off.
So-
Dude, my friend
And I still have,
71, my friend 71 Skylark, exactly the same thing that happened to his too. His front right tire just blew up, no reason.
Yeah,
Did
no.
you guys
I
see
wonder
what
what's the
happened to
cause
me
of that.
going down to Maryland?
What's that?
What was that?
I went down to Maryland for the grand opening of RPM,
Okay.
the shop that's helping me build my RX-7 motor, and we took the Corvette down, and on the way back at like 2:00 in the morning, we hit a bridge abutment, and it blew out 2 of the tires on the Corvette,
Jeez.
Both
like
the rears?
2016 C7 Corvette, and there was like I'm posting the video that like this upcoming week. I think actually no, it's next Friday. I'm posting the video, but there was like a bubble hanging out of the sidewall. I don't know how we
Oh my
made it home.
gosh.
I woke up the next morning, started calling around for a tow, like calling AAA, everybody, and they were like, "Oh, it's gonna be about $2,000 for a tow." And then on top of that, I would have to pay to rent a car, drive back up there because of COVID. You can't sit in the tow truck with the driver or anything like that. So
Right.
Man.
I was like, you know what? Screw it.
At that
Let's
point, I just
see
hang
how
on to the
far
side
we
of the
make
truck.
it. And we just drove the whole way home.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. You guys have a death wish.
Uh,
Good Lord. Is that all the time we have to?
yeah, I think we'll end on that note of us.
I think that's all the time we
almost
got.
killing ourselves.
We'll end on that note.
All right.
Ashley almost died. All right. You guys want me to do the outro? Do you guys want to do the outro?
Doesn't matter to me.
Go for it.
Yeah, go
All
for
right.
it.
I'll just take care of it. All right, so yeah, that was our second episode of Bolts and Dolts. We really hope you guys all enjoyed. Once again, Ashley Vaughn, really talented YouTuber. Also, go sub to her channel.
Thank
Storm
you.
Garage, sub to his. He's got the weirdest Miata I've ever seen.
Dang
and then,
right.
of course, sub to me because, I'd really appreciate that.
He makes cool Hot Wheels
But,
stuff.
yeah. I don't want to be known as the Hot Wheels YouTuber.
You made your bed, now sleep
when
in
I
it.
started, yeah, I don't know what happened. I meant to make car videos, and now I make Hot Wheel videos. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.
Bye, guys.